Hey everyone, and welcome to the Week 13 review, Week 14 preview. As always, I'm your host. I am Mr. Modest. I am aka Buzzsaw, aka Mr. Number One Seed, aka Can't Be Stopped. Joel Gibson, how are we doing today?
We're doing okay. Came up a little short this week, almost had it in the bag, but doing okay.
Against Team Joel Kryptonite. That's what I would change my name to if I were Doug at this point.
We're getting off topic.
Yep. Let's see here. We'll just start with my match. I guess we'll start off with today. The trade deadline passed at noon. Nothing crazy. There was a trade earlier this week that involved Anthony Edwards and Josh Giddey.
And my pick.
Yeah, which are definitely very high value picks and will create some significant return. For sure. I mean, come on.
Well, the history of the league does not bode well for betting against you and I.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems like the wrong way to go about rebuilding a team. Is betting against you and me. That'll get you in trouble real quick. But I mean, the thing about the trade deadline is like, yeah, it came and it went. But as soon as playoffs are over, you can trade again anyway. So, it's more like a trade break. It's not really a trade deadline. It's just like a trade break.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, we'll just get right into the matchups. The first one, CJ loses to me. CJ was 5-7. He moves to 5-8. I was 10-2. I moved to 11-2. Joel Gibson. That's tasty. That's a tasty record.
Yeah. You got that one seed just about locked up. It looks like, which is unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
Been very solid this year, as they always are. Unfortunate for CJ. We've been talking about it all year. His team is really good, but on paper it's really good. But he's harboring just a ton of injuries that really I don't think can pan out for him this year. So I'm a little confused by the moves because a lot of his guys are win now players, but maybe he's all in on next year.
Yeah, next year. Next year he is coming. CJ is real next year. You better watch out. Chalk it up.
Okay.
All right, but this year Mr. Modest is real. 11-2. All right. Next matchup we have Joel Kryptonite, Doug, taking care of business against Joel, the actual Joel, who moves to 8-5. Both these teams moved to 8-5 with this result. Doug continues to have your number.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but this week I had missed games from Shaden Sharp, from Darius Garland, from Lou Dort, from
From Lou Dort. That's the matchup changer right there. There it is.
from Hartenstein, from Pascal Siakam, from Tyrese Halliburton, and from Markelle Fultz. That is a long list of players.
It certainly is.
So, and I think Kyrie Irving missed a game. I might be mistaken. But anyways, long list of guys. With those many guys out, I was not going to win this week. Good win for Doug. A meaningful win for Doug with the records being so close.
Yep.
But I'm willing to bet on myself come playoff time against anybody.
Yeah, shout out to Doug. I believe he has the longest win streak right now. He's won now 6 straight. I won 5 straight, so I think he's at 6. I think he's the one with the 6. Adam was on a hot streak too there, but I'm almost certain Doug's won 6 in a row, and he has the longest win streak in the league right now. Next, we've got a huge upset, in my opinion. We've got Phil at Cody. Phil, the number 2 team, seemed like he might have a shot at the 1 seed, but all week just didn't set his lineups for most of the week. Really kind of blew it. I'm not the biggest fan of this only because it's a team that's so high. I'm never a big fan of not setting your lineups, but again, this is a shame. I do want to win the 1 seed. I do want to win the championship, but I hate doing it in these kind of situations. If I'm being honest, I want to feel like I won it. And this one, it just feels like it's being handed to me. And at least the 1 seed's being handed to me, not the championship. And so, big win for Cody. Credit to Cody. This is going to be huge as we head towards the playoffs. But it's just a shame.
Definitely a bummer. Cody got 2 easy wins this week, it feels like. He got and he got Anthony Edwards. So a really, really good week for Cody at the deadline. Phil's team is better than this. Luka did miss at least 1 game, I think a couple.
Yeah.
Obviously, is a dramatic impact on his team. So we'll see him at full strength later.
Yep. Next matchup, we have Neiman taking care of business at Matt. Matt moves to 2-11 and the worst record in the league, and Neiman moves to 8-5 with a lot of tiebreakers. Neiman has a ton of tiebreakers, so him being 8-5 could really cause a problem in the middle pack there. And he might just try to snipe that 3 away from Joel Gibson. We'll see how it goes.
Embiid has just been unbelievable this year.
Yeah.
Just been dragging Neiman. The rest of his team really is not that good, but Embiid.
Shout out to Neiman for doing his cap saving money where I think that was technically this week, not last week. I'm not sure. Was it early this week where he dropped Hart? He dropped, who was the other one? Who?
Wiggins,
yes, and then picked them back up for about half their cap cost, I think.
yeah.
I don't think
a total of $23.
Yes. Total of $23. I don't think that anybody was betting that high on those 2 players. He probably could have saved a little bit more money, but hey, at the end of the day, if he wants to clear some cap space, thank God he's still holding Kevin Porter Jr. on his team, though.
No, he dropped Kevin Porter Jr.
Oh, he did drop him. I missed it. I didn't see it in the transaction log. Oh, well then. Congratulations to Neiman really opening up that cap space. And he's one of those teams that are middle even good, right? So if he was able to find another piece, I'm surprised he wasn't more of a buyer at the deadline if he could have been. But hey, that being said, he took care of Matt, but who hasn't this year?
Real fast. How many dollars did you bid on Andrew Wiggins?
I didn't bid any dollars on Andrew Wiggins.
You bid $0?
$0 on Andrew Wiggins.
Ask me how many dollars I bid.
How many dollars did you bid on Andrew Wiggins?
$1.
$1. Hey.
We did 50 cents. This is why we need, we need $25 or 25-cent bids.
No, we're not doing 25-cent bids. Knock it off. Next matchup, we have Jake at Steven. Steven wins this matchup against Jake. No surprise. Steven needed this matchup. Moving to 7-6. And the playoff picture is looking clearer and clearer by the day. Jake traded away probably his second best player in Dynasty.
His best player in Dynasty.
For a child molester. A statutory rapist. Alleged statutory rapist who the Thunder don't even want to travel with them. Did you see that story at all?
No, I didn't see that they didn't want him to travel with them.
No, so Chet was having his high school jersey retired, okay? And
Okay.
the entire team, including the coach, went to the high school, went to Chet's high school, and they told Giddy not to go. Giddy was the only one not there. And like, I get they didn't want him around high school kids, I guess, but good God. Good God, man, that's crazy. That is wild. Man.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's a difficult situation. So I'm sure Cody was excited to get rid of that and bring in probably a top 10 dynasty player. Maybe not top 10 yet overall, but but he's definitely moving in that direction. So kind of a rough week for Jake.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
But we'll see what he can. We'll see what he can turn our picks into, Joel. You never know. He might hit it.
He just might.
Next matchup is Kyle and Adam. Kyle beating Adam here. This is interesting only because Adam was such a hot team there for a while. And Kyle just randomly jumping in for the win here is interesting to me, and I guess it deserves maybe just a touch more than okay.
Yeah, surprising. Adam had been pretty solid.
Greek was out like the last half of the week, though, I think. I don't know if it was all week, but it was definitely the last half of the week.
That and Wembanyama has been unbelievable.
Absolutely. And absolutely a fantastic piece to have moving forward for sure. Yeah, poor John Collins, right? Or Zach Collins, sorry.
Yeah, Zach Collins. John Collins is doing fine, thank you. It's still a starter.
Hey, sometimes that's all you can ask for, right?
The Jazz are pretty good, and he's a starter on that team.
Joel, I feel like you have that same story with Franz Wagner. You know, like the Magic are really good, but you know he's a starter, so it's great.
Oh, shut the fuck up, Franz.
Oh my gosh! All right, getting right into next week. Getting right into next week, we have number 1, Mr. Modest, who's 11-2, at Adam, who is 7-6. I have him at the number 8 seed because he's playing me. There are 3 teams that are at 7-6. There are 3 teams that are at 8-5. So very tight, the playoffs, the playoff picture. I have him at 8, and I only need to win one of my next 2 games to clinch the 1 seed. Doesn't matter. I can win either one, and then the other one doesn't matter. So hopefully I can pull this off. I am picking me. I am relatively healthy, and I might even be getting Cade back. We'll see at the end of this week. You know, he's doubtful for Monday, but we'll see. I'm still going to pick myself. Booker dropped 52 this week. Freddie has looked incredible. And Joker's Joker. So I'm picking me.
Yeah, I'm picking you as well. Your team is just crushing it. What's going on with Fred VanVleet right now? I see a flag next to his name.
Yeah, he's questionable. You know, he might... He might sit a game. We'll see. It's still up there, but it's nothing serious as far as I know.
For the record, Greek is listed as probable for Monday.
Yep.
But Zach LaVine, he needs all of his guns, and Zach LaVine is out this week.
Yes.
real quick, are you concerned about the Colin Sexton element in all this?
Not even a little bit. I think that Colin Sexton may have raised his point average to like 17.3 now. So, I mean,
Or
17.4. Wow. So, really has been on a hot streak. Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. I have Tyler Hero, so he'll take care of business.
copy that. And Colin Sexton versus Tyler Hero matchup all week.
Yeah. And, Joel, are you picking me as well then?
I am picking you, but I'm picking Colin Sexton and Tyler Hero matchup.
Okay, just checking. Next matchup is the matchup of the week, in my opinion. We have the number 5 team, Doug. Remember when we were talking about Doug in the 9 spot and we had no idea if he was going up, down, whatever? He's at 8-5. He's at Phil, number 2 team, still looking for his 10th win at 9-4. This is tough. If Phil sets his lineups, I think that Phil wins this. If he does not, I think that Doug is going to win this. I mean, I think that's pretty straightforward. If Doug can keep up his win streak and another win and a win over Phil really starts moving him up, maybe even top 3 next week.
Interesting. I am going to pick Phil, even though Doug just kicked my ass. Is Luca back yet? What's that status? Luca is back.
Yes.
So I am going to pick Phil.
Assuming that he sets his lineups. Or you just think Phil either way.
I'm assuming he will set his lineups.
All right. Let's see here. Next one, we've got Neiman, who I have number 4. He has the tiebreaker with Doug. He's also at 8-5. At Cody, who's at number 7. He's at 7-6. Big matchup here for both of these teams. If Adam, Cody, or Steven, they're all 3 in a situation where they only need to win one more game to guarantee their spot in the playoffs. Theoretically, if one of them lose the next 2 matchups and CJ has the tiebreaker, CJ can still get into the playoffs. So he's not mathematically eliminated. But Cody's team is definitely better than it was last week. I still think he's too injured. I'm going to stick with Neiman. He's been putting up some big lines. I don't know where all these numbers are coming from. But until proven otherwise, Neiman's rolling. I'm sticking with Neiman.
I'm going to pick Cody.
Ooh.
He is down Evan Mobley, Mark Williams, and Jakob Poeltl.
Yep.
But that's it.
Yeah, and it's not like Poeltl was doing a ton.
No, so I am going to pick Cody this week.
Ooh, I like it. I like this matchup too. A lot of good ones this week. And then we have a battle of the Homestead boys. Steven at CJ. Steven not only could clinch his spot in the playoffs this week, he could end CJ's season this week. So I know that's something that Steven likely wants to do. Steven I have at 6 and CJ I have at 9. Man, I think Steven is going to end CJ's season this year or this week. And who better to do it than good old Steven Thornhill?
I would really like to agree with you, but Trae Young suffered a concussion, and Desmond Bane is out, and Cole Anthony has a flag next to his name. If nothing else, the Trae Young element in all this, his best player by far, and arguably his second best player, Desmond Bane, being out, I think it's just going to be... Man, but CJ has so many players out.
CJ has a ton of players out, and he can't add. Remember, he has no free agent money, so Steven could cycle the shit out of him this week. And sure, he's not going to make up completely for Trae Young being out with a concussion, but I mean,
Against Steven.
yeah, I thought that might change your mind. We'll see how it goes. But things are looking very grim for CJ. So we might have the playoffs locked down a week early at the end of this week. We'll see. Next matchup is Matt at Joel. Matt obviously is number 12 with the worst record. And I have Joel at the 3 spot still. Only because he has the easiest opponent this week compared to Neiman and Doug. I also think you have most points out of those 3 as well. I'm not sure how the head-to-head stacked up because I didn't expect a 3-way tie all of a sudden for 3 through 5, so I didn't look up. But I certainly will come next week if necessary. Joel is getting healthier, I suppose. And Matt, I don't know if he's bothering at this point. He has the worst record. I don't even think he has his pick. I'm not sure, but his pick looks mighty tasty right now.
Yeah, I'm going to pick me this week. Halliburton came back for a game, then he sat a game. He should probably be playing at least half the games this week.
Mm-hmm.
So key to my team. Garland is still out this week. Sharp is still out this week. But outside that, I'm hoping to have Hartenstein back this week. And we're going to light Matthew on fire. That's the plan.
Yeah. I'm going to pick you. You're also the home team as well. So barring a miracle or a battle on the wire or something like that, you will get a win, and by golly, this is a win you absolutely need this week as you're continuing to fall through the ranks. You can go, the crazy thing about this right now is you can go from a 3 spot the whole way down to 6, depending tiebreakers. You could theoretically go the whole way down to 8, depending tiebreakers. And you got to have the exact wins from 7 and 8. Like, I'd have to lose, and Cody would have to beat Neiman. Like, a lot of things have to happen, but because there's only one game separating 3 through 8, literally winning and losing a game could toss you all around those 6 spots.
Go Pacers.
Go Pacers. Last matchup is Kyle at Jake. Both are 3 and 10. I have Kyle at 11, Jake at 10. I do not care who wins this matchup. I'm not going to look at it once. I wish I could be more excited about it. Both of them are gearing up for the battle for the first round pick. Or the number 1 pick, I'm sorry. Remember, we do that in the consolation bracket. So get ready for that tournament because based on the bottom 4 teams this year, it's going to be a doozy.
Yeah. You know what I have to say about this matchup?
What's that?
Do you know that Neiman has 3 picks in this draft?
Coming up this year?
Yes.
And does he have both Kyle and Jake's?
No, I was moving on from the matchup.
I know that Jake has 3, I think, coming up as well, now that he has mine and yours. Wait, were those for this coming season, or were they from, like, 2026 or some shit?
He has... Neiman has his pick, he has your pick, and he has... You remember the pick that you were talking about earlier today that you said sounded pretty tasty, that Matthew pick?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has that.
Wow, he's in a good spot. That's kind of crazy. So, like, based on how things sit right now, I mean, it looks like Neiman's guaranteed a top 2 pick. Even if Matt doesn't win the number 1 pick in the consolation bracket, his record is so shitty that he's going to guarantee a top 2 pick.
And Neiman also has Matt's pick the following year.
damn it! I just spit everywhere. I just spit my drink everywhere because as soon as you said that, I choked on it like right at the same time. It's everywhere. It's all over my table, my pants. This is ridiculous. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna pick Kyle to win just because Wemby's playing. Like, that's it.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Kyle too.
Golly, wrong pipe. Like, I can't wait to watch that back. That's gonna look ridiculous. My piece of paper is soaked. That being said, anything else, Joel, so I can go like cough my brains out?
No, cough your brains out and good luck this week.
Good luck, everybody. See ya.